Hello everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Khalea Cooper, and I am so glad that you are here today. Today I just wanted to talk to my ladies about how to be confident in the way that God has created you to be. I feel like it is so important for us as women to know who we are in Christ. Because the thing is that the enemy wants to keep us down and feeling bad about ourselves, because he knows that if we truly understand who we are in Christ, that we are going to go forth and walk boldly into what God has called us to be. We'll be unstoppable, like walking in our purpose and just drawing others into Christ. So one of the things that I feel tears a lot of women down in today's society is the spirit of comparison, especially with the way that social media is set up. Like, you go on social media and you see kind of what society is putting out there, that they are saying how a woman should look, how a woman should be, and people are going to crazy extents of trying to just portray this image that isn't even real, to try to feel good about themselves. Like, if society puts out there, you know, if you look like this, like, you're beautiful, and everybody just kind of eats it up because it's what's being put out there. Like, if you have a big butt, you know, you got it going on, like your body is what matters, and the way you look is what matters. But that's not what God says. Like, God, he looks at the heart, and it's not about how big your butt is, or how many followers you have on social media, how well people like you, how many friends you have. Like, it's what God says about you that truly matters. And the thing is once we get so immersed in what God says about us, like, it doesn't matter what society's saying is in and what's hot. It just matters what God is saying about us, because his opinion is all that truly matters. And we have to get free from worrying about what other people feel about us, and just being bound by other people, and walking in who God created us to be. Like, we're made in God's image. And God, he is just so amazing, and he cares about us so much that he knows the number of hairs that are on our head down to a T. And he says that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, and we have to just get caught up in what he says about us. Because the thing is that the enemy knows that if he can have us bound up by low self-esteem and just not feeling good about ourselves, like, we're not fully going to walk in our calling and be bold. And God he has so much for us. And I want to see women who are confident in walking in who God called them to be. Like, it is possible. And I'll just share a little bit of my story with you guys, through my life, of my journey of just being confident in Christ and who he created me to be and how he created me to be. So growing up, I did not always feel confident. Like, I didn't feel like I was somebody, necessarily, like my life really had meaning and purpose before I knew the Lord. And I didn't feel beautiful. Like, I felt like I was ugly. I didn't feel like I was worth much. And it was like the Lord came in, and he wrapped his arms around me, and he showed me who I was in him. And it was so beautiful. And I went through some not very easy times in my life, and there was a big turning point for me when I was in the 8th grade. And there were these girls that just decided they were I think some of them were slightly jealous of me, and they spread rumors about me, like horrific rumors that were not true. Some things that I would never do. I was outcasted, and it hurt because, like, people just looked at me a certain way, like, oh, like her, like, it was it was a very hard time in my life, and I sat by myself a lot. I cried sometimes, and I didn't really tell anybody that this was going on because I was embarrassed of what they were saying about me, and so I just kind of hurt in silence. But I went and I turned to the Lord, and he started showing me like who I was in him. Like, he literally held me so close, and he made me strong through what I was going through, to the point where I could hold my head up high because I knew who I was in Christ. Even if I had no friends at the time, even if nobody wanted to talk to me, like, the Lord just held me close. And I mean, the situation passed and everything, and I was able to grow, and I forgave those people. It really helped me to get free from what people thought about me, because I knew those things weren't true, and it was like all that mattered was what God said about me, and he just helped me to be so strong. And so then once I got to high school, I was able to just walk freely in the Lord. It's a constant growing process, but God, he will help you. And it's like, when you're not focused on what the world is saying about you, God can speak to you, and he will tell you what he says about you. And he loves you so much. And deep down on the inside of each and every one of us is a powerful woman. Like, you are not just anybody, honey. You are somebody special. You have so much to offer this world, and the enemy is trying to keep you down from knowing who you are and from being confident, because he knows, like, if you figure out how truly bad the Lord made you, like, you will be unstoppable and you will walk in your calling. The Lord has so many people for you to touch. Like, he has so many people for you to touch. And I understand that some of you have been through some very traumatizing situations in your life, and the enemy constantly speaks in your ear just these lies, like, you're not good enough, like, you know that was your fault why that happened, don't you? And he will just speak negativity in your ear to try to keep you held down. And the enemy will send things to happen to you at the age of 5 to keep you messed up when you're 45, 55, 65, 75, so that try to keep you bound your whole life, so that you don't come up and to be strong in God and just to break free, because he knows that if you do, like, you will be so strong and powerful and unstoppable. Like, it's not even funny. And God just has so much for you. And I long to see women who are confident and walking in who God says that they are, because we will do so much damage to the enemy's kingdom, and we will do so many great things for God in his kingdom. And so I pray that this blesses you today. I pray that you just feel empowered to seek the Lord and what he says about you, because he's got so many great things for you, but we must break through these barriers. Some of us need to go down and dig deep. You need to dig out those roots of condemnation. You need to dig out those roots of low self-esteem, and you need to fill it in with what God says about you, and truly get serious about just cleaning up yourself on the inside, because God will do it, and he has a great future for you on the other side. And I'm praying for you all, and I pray that this has blessed you. Thank you for visiting my channel. Feel free to subscribe, feel free to comment. If you want to talk about anything else, feel free to reach out to me. You can find me on Instagram at Khalea Cooper. God bless. I love you all, and I'm praying for you.